start with some of our goals that we went on the road recruiting for. One of the biggest things we felt like we needed was size. Recruited some offensive and defensive linemen for size. Another thing we thought we needed was a little bit more speed. We felt like we needed to address our ability to get the ball in the open field and go make big plays with it. But that being said, I'll introduce them and then we'll open it up for questions. I'll go in alphabetical order and we'll talk about them as we go. Rafiq Badid, a 6'4", 275-pound offensive lineman out of Conyers, Georgia. An athletic kid. We think he's going to be really good for us. We're not sure right now whether he's going to be a tackle or guard, but we feel real good about Rafiq. John David Barron's a kicker. We wanted to, like every position, we wanted to up the level of competition. And we felt like John would come in and compete with the two kickers that we have on the team this year and create a little bit more competition at that position. We felt like one of our issues last year was our ability to kick the ball off into the end zone or at least deep on kickoffs, so we think John addresses that issue. Jared Clark, linebacker, 6'3", 235 out of Brunswick. He's an athletic kid, obviously 6'3", 235. He's got great size. We anticipate him playing Mike linebacker, especially as a young guy, but maybe as he matures and gets a little bigger, he'll go down the line of defensive end type kid. He's a tremendous football player. Daquan Daniels from right up the street here in Statesboro, Georgia, is a tremendous athlete. He was a steal for us to get him in All-State 3 years in a row. Been a tremendous player over at Statesboro. He's a speed guy, and that addresses some of the speed issues we felt like we had at the skill position, but we feel real good about getting to the point to come on. Damian Gordon's in the same vein. He was a quarterback in high school at Conyers, in Salem High School in Conyers, Georgia. We envision him being a slot receiver, another guy that we feel like we can get the ball in his hands in space and they make plays for us at receiver. Kevin Holmes from the same school is a big linebacker, 6'2", 230. He's in that same vein of Jerry. We feel like he'll be a linebacker when he gets here, but we think at some point, maybe junior, senior year, he'll be a guy that'll grow into a really good size defensive end, maintaining the same speed that he has at this point. And we feel like he'll be a tremendous asset for us. He's a 415-pound bench presser. I happened to witness that on the recruiting trip, and we feel real good about it. Zach Hutchinson, 6'4", 210 quarterback. He's a transfer from Delta State, signed with Delta State out of high school. He's coming to us from Yuba, California. He's a Newland, Georgia resident, and we are very, very anxious to see Zach get on campus. We think once again he'll provide a level of competition at that position. We know Antonio Boss is back, and Vic Hardison and Leon Pronti will be back, so we feel like we've got really good competition at the quarterback spot going forward. Matthew Kimbrough is a kid we signed out of junior college. He's already in school as a mid-year guy. Once again, we wanted to address the size up front. He's a center, so we think he addresses some of the issues we have on the offensive line. He's 6'1", 285, and he bench presses 425 pounds. So we're glad we got Matthew to come aboard. He's already in school, as is Christian Martinez. Addresses some size issues on the defensive side of the ball. Once again, that was one of the main things we wanted to address going into recruiting, size on the offensive defensive line. Christian's already in school, already making an impact with the team, and we look forward to getting him on the field. Once again, Sebastian Pittman, another junior college kid that we signed, 6'4", 330 pounds, size issue. And we feel good about Sebastian. He too is on campus working hard, getting in a little bit better shape, and we feel good about him. I think he's going to provide the size up front next year that we need. Miles Wallace addresses the speed issue. He's probably going to be the fastest kid when he gets to camp. There'll be a good race between he and Daquan, but we feel real good about Miles Wallace. He's a 4'3" guy. Once again, one of the needs that we felt like we needed to address was getting in space with speed and being able to make big plays down the field, and we think we've addressed that. Stephen Washington, 6'3", 300-pound offensive lineman. Once again, on the offensive line, we're talking about size. And that was one of the things we wanted to certainly address, was the size of our people, and Stephen Washington does that. And Trey Weiss was a get for us at the end. He was committed to a Big Ten school. They fell off him right at the end. We were able to get him on a visit here last week, and he's a playmaker. We envision him being more of an outside linebacker. But we were certainly fortunate enough to get Trey to come down and join the Tiger family, so we're looking forward to having him. We're obviously not done in terms of recruiting. But one of the things what we wanted to do was fish in some bigger ponds. We felt like we were on the right types of kids to make this program, elevate this program. And when you're fishing that kind of pond, you win some, you lose some. There were some heartbreaks that we had this morning in terms of losing a couple kids. the program will go on. We'll continue to recruit. We have about 2 or 3 more offensive linemen that we intend on signing, and we've got 1 or 2 more defensive linemen we intend on signing. Getting ready to go back to the business of 2013 Savannah State football. I'll open it up for questions.
So you said 2 or 3 more offensive linemen, 2 or 3 more defensive linemen. So that would account for 13 guys here. So that would take you to about 14 to 19 guys. Is that the goal?
Well, the goal was between 15 and 22 for us total. Obviously, we only lost 4 guys from last year's team, but we had some other spots that are open up. So we feel like we'll be able to fill those spots.
So in terms of total scholarships, where is that going to be?
Well, we're at 59.8. And the reality total is not all of the kids that we have on scholarship are full scholarship. So some of those things are broken up into pieces or partials. And that's how we get to the number that we're at.
So 59.8 is the 13 here.
59.8 is total in terms of money and scholarship funds. But that doesn't have anything to do with total number of people.
Okay.
Coach, talk a little bit about the quarterback position. See, you got a quarterback here. Are you guys finished with quarterback? You think you're pretty stable at that position?
Well, we think Zach comes in and stabilizes that position for us. We've got a ceiling of returns that's been a 2-year starter for us. Zach will have, he's a 3-for-3 kid. We feel really good about his athletic ability. Vic Hardison will be a sophomore on the field next year. And Leon Pronti will be a true redshirt freshman. So we feel real good about the position in terms of numbers. But even better than that, we feel real good about the abilities of those 4 kids. And we feel like they'll give us a really solid quarterback position. And it gives us an opportunity to come in and really kind of enhance that level of competition. It's not a knock against anybody. We just felt like Zach would add another level of competition at the quarterback spot we thought was necessary.
Is there a jewel of the class thus far up until this point, or is it positions you guys feel?
Well, I wouldn't want to single out anybody as a jewel. We were fortunate to get some kids on this list, but I think they're all jewels. So we're looking forward to getting them on campus, hopefully this summer, but at the very latest is August when camp starts, and we'll let them figure out who the jewels are. I mean, I've been around recruiting classes where you point to one guy and another guy becomes the jewel, so we'll let them figure that out. We're happy and fortunate to have them as Savannah State Tigers, and we think they'll represent the institution very well. Any more questions? All right, it's a pleasure to have you here. We'll see you at the next one.
Thank you, Coach.